has written in and asked, I have a question concerning the microcosmic orbit. I was told by a couple of sources not to circulate the orbit backwards, but up the front of the body and then down. But you're mentioning to circulate it backwards as well as forwards. I'm open to your interpretation why, and to drop whatever else I've heard. I've been feeling the chi and orgasmic energy for years. My usual practice is breathing it up the spine and down the front of the body. What Kala's talking about is in a recent video in the microcosmic orbit. I was explaining the masculine and feminine energetic pathways as we use them. So this basically means that in our spine is a tube of white light, of prana. It's like a lingam, it's very phallic and erect, it's just consciousness, pure energy. And when we're running the microcosmic orbit up the masculine pathway, we're just cleaning the spine and we send this energy out through the top of our head. And when we put the tongue to the roof of our mouth, then this energy circulates around the head and it allows it to come back down through the front pathway. So what we're covering now is more in the advanced practices, but since Kala asked, we can do some of that here. In everything we're learning to do, we're working with duality, non-duality, polarity. We have to see energy both ways. So the feminine pathway is slightly inside, slightly outside the body, and it actually runs the other way. And we associate that more with the glands of the body and the chakra system, the energy centers. So the masculine is just the erect spine, consciousness, and feminine is the life around it, the dance, the information. So just like electricity in an AC current is the same as prana and chi in our body. Everything is running both ways at the same time. And most people spend most of their life in the masculine pathway of energy with an erect spine. And it's actually by learning to run energy through the feminine pathway that we start to become more orgasmic, because we're learning to work with the energy, the information centers in our chakra and in our field. So when we do the shaking practices, we do a masculine practice and a feminine practice. And these shaking practices are exactly to help us open up the energetic pathways in the body. And we say the feminine is moving this way and circulating around the head. Now, Kala's main concern was pushing the energy backwards, back down. And this is often called reversing the flow of Kundalini, and a lot of people don't recommend it. I recommend it a little bit because we have to start welcoming the shadow, darker aspects and to become at peace with them. And this is feeding those energies in a metaphoric sense. So in the microcosmic orbit, as we push this energy down, when your channel's open, you can really feel that there's something that the energy is pushing against. And by allowing more chi and prana into these places, we get to experience the blocks, the violence, the parts of our shadow that we need to transform. So this is one reason to physically run it backwards, but try everything out for yourself is the best advice. If somebody says don't do it, it's not going to kill you if you try. So 80–70% of the time, do it the way you're comfortable, and the other 20 or 30, just try something new and notice those effects in your body. Now, again, Reiki, when we're working with energy, it's always multidimensional. When you learn Reiki, you always come top down. You always start at the crown and you're bringing universal energy down through the body and you're cleaning this way. So when we're running the microcosmic orbit, there's no huge danger in pushing energy down as long as it's not a process of reversing Kundalini completely. There is a lot more to say on this topic, and it is the basis of all the advanced trainings and bringing these non-dual perspectives into energy work. And that is not really something we learn with our mind, but we have to start there.